Uh, Tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Well, I'm Mr. Wagyu, well, Gabriel, aka Mr. Wagyu, and I own Carniceria Gonzalez, located at 1220 Oak Street, Bakersfield, California, right on the corner of California and Oak, right behind the Jack in the Box. Can't miss it. I've been in the meat industry for 8 going on 9 years now, and I've been in business for going on 8 years now, 8, 9 years now, and I kind of just am a lone wolf in this business because I don't follow the traditional butcher shops elevator.
Yeah.
I'm different. I took that leap of faith on the most expensive piece of beef that money could buy, try to turn a profit. And I opened up the kitchen 11 months ago. I overtook the kitchen 2.5 months ago, and we sell a very small menu, but a very delicious and consistent menu. Was kind of grandfathered into it by my brother. He's got a lot of experience. He's got over 20 years of experience under his belt, and his mentor actually was a gentleman by the name of Rene Vasquez. Great gentleman. I was fortunate enough to actually work at his butcher shop back when I was back in high school. So that's basically all the knowledge I had about meat at the time. I kind of just lost it and then just kind of came back into it because my brother had multiple shops at the time and he wasn't able to take on the one that I run now.
Yeah.
We started off as business partners, though. We are no longer in business. I am sole owner of Carniceria Gonzalez, aka the Wagyu industry, Wagyu cartel, the Wagyu kitchen. Anything to do with the business now, it's all me. I'm sole owner, sole proprietor. My bread and butter is the meat shop. The Wagyu is what I'm known for. Pork pine stuff. We also sell caviar. We sell exotic meats, camel, ostrich, wild boar, stuff like that. And then we have our marinated stuff, chicken and asada and stuff like that. So, but that's basically who I am. I started back in Rexland, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you started here in Mission.
No, I've only been here a number of years.
Okay.
And I started off in 300 square feet butcher shop. I subleased from the Arab net there and dramatically just outgrew it. And now I have 3,600 square feet. So going from 300 to 3,600 square feet. But that's basically
the big jump.
It's a big, massive jump. It was a scary jump. It was a scary jump because I went from paying, I think I was paying him $3,000 a month to $7,700 a month. Yeah, I went to a little bit more than double, and that's not including utilities. That's not including payroll. That's not including anything else. But that's basically that's just rent. It was a scary leap of faith. And there was a point where I was like, did I buy more than what I could chew? And that fear is no longer there. That fear is no longer there. Now I'm just like,
Now is it enough now?
I think it's a very good problem to have. I even have customers say, man, you already outgrew this one.
What do you see yourself doing with this business in the next 5 minutes? Do you see yourself expanding? Maybe, as you said, you're probably looking to get into a bigger location. Is that something you're foreseeing in the next couple of years?
Expanding another location, no, because I have the theory where I'd rather have one kick-ass fucking location than 10 half-ass locations. I noticed that you stretch yourself so thin and the consistency and the quality and the customer service is not there. So you can't really have so many locations and expect to be there at all of them. So I'd rather have one good location than 10 half-ass locations. That's just my train of thought on that.
No, it makes sense. I feel like a lot of the times I've seen businesses here, they'll open up a second location, year or two goes by, and then it's not there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like definitely some people stretch themselves a little too thin in that part.
Yeah. If anything, I would buy the shopping center. I think that's probably what my next move would be. You buy a shopping center, buy real estate, and build generational wealth. As far as me opening up another butcher shop, another Wagyu kitchen, I don't think so. I don't want to say ever,
Right.
but I think real estate is really calling my name, and I think that would dramatically just build up my portfolio like insanely.
Right.
I believe real estate is generational wealth.
It really is.
And right now is the time to buy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about the interest rates or anything like that. Fuck that. You know, you buy the home, date the rate. Fucking rates are going to come back down. Refinance it and you're fine. I think right now is the time to buy. Especially because if you're young, full of stamina, making great fucking money, make your move right now. Because by the time you're 50, 60, your stamina goes from this to this. And you become complacent. And complacency is fucking failure. That is when you just start going down. I think that that's a lot of misconception that a lot of small business owners and a lot of small entrepreneurs nowadays have, where they think that they're going to make $1 million the first month. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of consistency, a lot of motivation, when there really isn't none sometimes. When you're waking up and you're showering, it's just like you're tired. You're not making ends meet. You're under, and you don't have the moral support, whether it's from your friends and family, which are the least to kind of support you sometimes, believe it or not, especially in dark times.
Yeah.
Especially when you think, when you really, really need them, and you call them and you get that cold shoulder, man. It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I've been there, done that. So for all my small business owners and entrepreneurs that are trying to get out there, stay consistent, stay persistent, don't lose motivation, don't lose that why you started from the get-go. Continue getting it. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. And it's not gonna come overnight. It will take years. It's taking me, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 8, 9 years, going on 9 years now. And I still can't afford shit. And I've sold more than I've ever imagined in my career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a great lifestyle that I'm able to have because of me being consistent, dedicated, motivated, grinding, hustling, even when I wasn't even turning a profit. And I still continue to do everything. Why? Because I got the love, passion, dedication, and that fucking ego to just keep it going. You know what I mean? And that's not, a lot of people can't find that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck it, let alone people won't even agree to a podcast or show their face.
Some people just have that ambition, and others just, they get tired of taking so much shit from somebody else that they kind of just develop it.
Yeah. You surround yourself with bad motherfuckers, business-oriented, affluent people that are wanting to level up. Like, what's the next move so we could continue going up, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever the fuck it is. You hang around with fucking beasts, you're going to be a fucking beast. If you hang around with fucking people that are just at home, fucking the government however they can, or waiting for the next free meal, what do you expect? You're not going to get far in life. You know what I mean? And that's going to take offense to a lot of fucking people that see this fucking podcast. And I think a lot of people are jumping into this whole self-employment, self-entrepreneurship, because that's what social media is portraying, right?
Right.
It's telling them, oh, it's easy. It's bullshit. It's hard. It's very fucking hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I hope that people wake up that it's not all roses are red, violets are purple. It's not. It's fucking tough. Yeah. And for those people that are lying to people on Instagram, you're a piece of shit, because you need to tell them the reality of it.
Yeah.
The mortgage is due every month, or you're out. Electricity needs to get paid. If not, it's shut down. Your employees need to get paid first and foremost. I pay my employees first before I pay any single bill, believe it or not. I have yet to have a disgruntled employee because of a bounce check. I didn't pay them on time or anything like that. And my turnaround is very minimal. Very, very minimal. And if they leave, it's because they're bettering themselves. You know what I mean? It's just the reality of it.
I want to take a step back and kind of just ask, because I feel like it's something I see, but like, when you were first, and it's starting to see, the signs, the initial signs of success. Usually, people supposed to see it as kind of start thinking more than the people that actually start supporting. How do you find yourself getting past that? Will that feel like, you definitely probably lost some people along the way, and it's kind of just, you kind of outgrew it, right?
You'll make a stranger, a customer, family faster than your own family sometimes. And it's so hard and difficult for me to still wrap that around my head. Because your inner circle, your own family, they get to physically see you from being a fucking peasant to becoming something and then becoming more than them. Remember, people want you to do good, just not better than them. The moment you start doing better than them is the moment that all the bullshit comes out. Oh, he thinks he's too good. Oh, this and that. Instead of like, how are you doing it? Let me surround myself with you so I could try to get a little bit of the pie, because the pie is big enough for all of us to get something. I don't believe in competition, and I don't believe in, oh, that meat department opened. That's fucking great. He's going to kill it. I have Fresco Meat Market right up the street, Bubba.
Yeah.
I'm always telling people, I don't have it, but go down to Sergio, Fresco Meat Department. He ain't hurting my business. And I sure damn well ain't hurting his business. There's enough for all of us to go around. And if he doesn't have it, I always tell him to go to Carniceria. I'm throwing big names out right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm all for everyone to make a good income.
Yeah.
One's going to make more than the other. How much are you fucking hustling? I'm hustling as hard as I can to try to get my bread. Right? Sometimes I feel off, but I get it together. Hey, I got 2 beautiful kids at home. I got to fucking put to college if they want, So one's going to make more than the other, and I'm all right with that. But yeah, family, man, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky.
And don't ever let money corrupt your mind. Because the moment that you allow greed to interfere is the moment that you lose focus of why you even started in the first place. And your quality, your work, everything is just going to start going down. And in the long run, you're losing. And never, ever, ever screw over your customer just for profits. The moment you start allowing profits to overtake everything is the moment that you start losing your clientele, I believe. I don't know.
So money shouldn't always be like the main driver of what you do. Like, sure, it's part of it, but it shouldn't be the number one thing.
It should not be the number one thing. Don't get me wrong. Money, it's that, and people are probably going to say, well, he's a fucking hypocrite. He's a fucking liar. Money is not everything.
Right.
Will get you out of a hiccup? Fuck yeah. Is money needed on our everyday? 100%. We're as we speak, we need the, you can't be here if you didn't have some, you know what I mean? That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
Money is, but don't allow it to be the root of all evil.
Right.
Because the moment you allow money to corrupt you is the moment that you lose in life, I think, right? And I'm starting to realize, and the reason why I say that is because these last few years, I've made friendships. And one of them in particular, my buddy Jack, my friend door neighbor, he was like, the moment that I stopped giving a shit about money is the moment money started chasing me. And it's crazy because before him, I had already heard it from someone else. Prominent business owner in town. He was like, the moment that you stop chasing that fucking dollar, it gets jealous that it starts chasing you. And it's the fucking truth. You know what I mean? And I try to implement it a little bit more, especially these last few years. It's just like, and I see it slowly but surely coming in even more. It's the craziest thing. You know what I mean? But I that's just the, and I think also law of attraction.
Right.
Attract good, positive energy for you to receive that, right?
Right.
I think you get what you feed, what you give.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure you're probably a firm believer. You are who you surround yourself.
100%. You surround yourself with shit, you are shit. You surround yourself with positive, influential people, that's who you're going to be.
Do you feel like because of these hyperinflated prices, it'll be a little bit harder for those who want to start business even more difficult than it already is?
It will. It will be a lot more difficult for them, unfortunately. There'll be a lot more failing business. You know what I mean? As it is, small startups are one of the biggest people that go under real quick. And I think a lot of it has to do with drive too. You know, a lot of people just lose their drive, their consistency to continuing to push. You know what I mean? And they get so deep far bill-wise that they can't afford it, and they shut down, and then the morale just completely shuts down. And it's hard, man. It's hard for anybody trying to get us in the small business. We're trying to open up a small business. I recommend that you have a little bit of a cushion. Make sure that you have enough money saved up for your own personal bills for at least a year, and push your business. And if you have a regular 9 to 5, stack up. You know what I mean? I highly recommend that you do your homework before you jump into any kind of business right now, especially with the way the world is, man. You know, but I encourage anyone and everyone to be a small business owner. She did it. You know, I have a lot of small businesses at my shop, you know. I kicked out a few. They know who they are. I'm not going to say no names, you know. Actually, I didn't kick them out. They kicked out themselves. They want to come in here and draw fucking $800,000 worth of product, and I don't fucking see them in 3-4 months. What kind of shit is that? Imagine if I did that to my meat chase.
Yeah.
Load it up, and I come back in 3-4 months. Well, fuck, how the fuck am I going to be successful? Fucking meat's going to be rotted, you know? And I think a lot of people they have the right intentions, but they don't know how to continue it, right?
They don't know the correct way to
Yeah, they don't, and it's hard, man, to balance fucking both. Managing your business and managing finances, managing personal life, and still be able to have that charismatic face on your less wanting days to go and make videos. You know, it's hard. It's hard.
I don't want to ever have to be in a pickle because money's not there. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that my kids are not in the corner, you know, asking for funeral expenses because I was a fucking idiot and didn't know how to manage my, you know, life savings to be able to cover at least my funeral. Right? Yeah. You know, it's just like you have kids to become better. You don't have kids to be dependent on. You know, you want to make sure that your kids see you as a role model and your kids see something better in you so they can become the better version of you. You know, I don't know.
I mean, that's good. I mean, every parent should strive for that. I feel like, you know, I'm doing a lot better than my parents right now, but it still feels like I need to do more for them, you know, because I feel like I owe it to them coming over here from Mexico to kind of just do.
Are you first generation?
Yeah.
You were born here?
Yeah. My parents are from Guanajuato. And, yeah, they came here 20-something, 30-something years ago.
Are they residents now?
My dad is still working on my mom. But, yeah, my
You'll
dad's
get it.
been a resident for 5 years. So he's going to probably try to fix it soon.
So your mentality is just like mine. My parents were actually just here. They just left. My parents don't work. So, and it's 5 of us boys, and we all pitch in. We all do our little, you know, grade. I'll pay this, I'll pay that, and, you know, and we all do it like that. You know what I mean? My dad worked in the oil industry for 20 plus years, and my mom just kind of would work at Denny's and here and there, but, you know, they haven't worked in years now. You know what I mean? And we do that. But again, they came over here on a leap of faith, not knowing anyone, not knowing anything, not knowing the language, all kinds of barriers, no connection, no nothing. You know what I mean?
I know you recently started this kitchen about, what, a year ago, 2 years ago?
So the kitchen has been open for about 11 months now, going on a year. We just opened up the seating area here 2 months ago. This is actually our 8th week here. So 2 months in the kitchen dining area where people could come in. We cook everything outside Santa Maria style. We cook everything in open fire. And then we brought everything in to the warmers. All of our warmers are, food grade. So they're all permitted by the health department and everything like that. You name it. Because they're my buddies. And they love to come in and, but shout out to Barbara. She's a sweetheart. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can come in, order your burgers, order your barbecue plates, your Wagyu loaded fries, Wagyu burritos, breakfast burritos, your Wagyu Westernator. I mean, anything is possible. You could even pick out any steak from the meat shop.
Oh, really? And you guys will cook it up?
Yeah, we'll cook it out there. But remember, that steak needs to get to room temperature at least 45 minutes before I can slap it on there. Right. I don't like rushing steaks. But I have had customers that do call it in the morning. Hey, I need you to cook me up a tomahawk. I have it ready by 12. Got it. You know what I mean? I always like people that plan ahead and they're not last minute. Because that last minute, man, it's just, it's wild.
Yeah. Creates room for error.
Yeah.
You're in a rush.
Yeah. And then we also offer catering. I've done catering. I do more of like the caviar, the Wagyu, kind of catering, but we do it all. We do it from chicken, taco meat, all the way to as much as, caviar, A5, you name it, all the Wagyu. Hell, we'll even go out there and cook a whole piglet, a whole gator if you wanted to. We've done it in the past, Actually, our last event, we did it for a barber in town, Benzo. Yeah, we did it for him, and we cooked up a whole gator and piglet outside his shop for grand opening. Amazing, you know what I mean? So we do it all, you know what I mean? There's no I can't, or there isn't limitations onto anything. We're out there to make it happen, man. We're out there to get the bread, pay our fair taxes, and continue living.
Where there's a will, there's a way. That's right.
That's right.
Have you always been this ambitious, man? I mean, I always see your videos. You're a go-getter. You're blunt. You say how it is. You've always been like that
As a kid, always. My mom has elementary cards, like asking. My wife is the one that actually brought it up to. She actually just recently said it in elementary. It's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it said, I want to have a lot of money. I want to be a business owner. So it's always been embedded in me. When I was in high school, I actually used to have a duffel bag, and I tried to buy out the ASB coordinator, Ms. Gibson. She wouldn't take the bite. She was trying to tell me, you can't sell it. You're taking sales from the student store. And I'm like, well, I will donate to the student store. Mm-hmm. And to the ASB, and she just wouldn't budge. But yeah, I didn't fucking stop doing it just because she fucking told me to stop. It's fuck you. You know what I mean? But yeah, fucking holding my duffel bag, my gym duffel bag at Golden Valley, selling candy and monsters out of there. And I run into my school mates that come in here. It's like, man, we always knew you were going to be a fucking hustler. You were always selling your candies, your Red Bulls, your monsters, you name it. It's just like, there was nothing that I couldn't not do. You know what I mean? I think I've always been a hustler, and there's not a lot of motherfuckers out there like me. I can tell you that much. And it's not me being cocky or me being any kind of narcissist or anything like that. But I noticed that a lot of people, they're good at this, but they're not good at this. You got to be able to have both. You got to be able to have both to be a fucking entrepreneur. You got to be able to do the talk, and you got to be able to do the walk. You can't just I can't just tell you, oh my God, I'm going to open up this, I'm going to do that, this and that.
Yeah.
But am I going to actually physically do it?
Yeah. All right. And it's about time to close it up. Take a little bit of time, but any last words of advice? People like to say, oh, there's no money in Bakersfield. Why would you start a business there? Like, what words of advice do you have for someone that's trying to say, pursue something similar to you, or kind of just start their own business, whether it's a tax advisory firm, something of that sort?
If you're going to try to open up a meat shop, come talk to me. I'll help you. I'll show you numbers. I'll tell you everything. I'll give you my contacts. I'll do everything to help you. Why? Because the sun comes up for all of us. And I'm not envious by no means. I will share my knowledge because nobody was there to share that knowledge when I needed them. From everything, from start to finish. Nobody was there to give me the hand. So if you're trying to open up a butcher shop, come talk to me. Or you want to open up a kitchen, come talk to me. I will hand down my hands and I will give you as much advice and tell you as much as I know, so you know that, so you don't walk into a dark tunnel. Because once you're in that tunnel, sometimes it's hard to see the light. But trust me, there is a light. And any advice, I mean, if you're going to go into any business endeavor, and if you're solely banking on that, I hope that you have a good savings account. And you always want to have that money plus a year's worth of bills saved up. Your mortgage, your bills, car payment, you name it, cell phone, you name it. You want to make sure that you always have a cushion on reserve. And the moment that reserve is starting to go down is the moment you go clock back in, clock out. But never give up on your dream. Never give up on your desire to be self-employed and to become an entrepreneur. But entrepreneurship is not for everyone. That I could be honest with you.
Yeah.
You're either a fucking shark or you're a fish. And there's a lot of fishes in this town, in this world, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And if you're a fish, make sure that you're a fucking exceptional fish. And you do everything with good intentions and a good aura and good vibes. Because that shows a lot from you. Because if you're busting ass and you're opening up that door for that next customer walking in, and you're doing it with integrity, respect, and you're doing it with great fucking service, your boss is going to acknowledge you. And I guarantee you, instead of making minimum wage, opening up a door, I guarantee you will make more. $2, $3 more for opening up that door. Why? Because the boss will see it. If he's a good boss, though. Because there's a lot of piece of shit bosses out there.
That's true.
You know, right before you walked in, actually, I totally forgot you were going to come in. I'm going to go get lunch for my staff. I said, hey, I want to try this new place. So I'm going to actually go get them lunch after we're all done here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it always like that? No. You know what I mean? But we're ahead on work. They're busting ass in there. Kitchen is busting ass. I mean, they deserve a good time, just like I deserve to enjoy myself. You know? But yeah, words of encouragement. Never give up. Pursue what you really want to do in this life.
Yeah.
And make sure you get it done. And if you're a female, get yourself an education. You're worth more being educated than you are being a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah, right.
Get yourself an education and get yourself knowledgeable on everything that's going on in this world. Because I ran into a lot of females, man, that are bad bitches. They are fucking bosses. They are go-getters. They are just absolutely based. More than a few men that I've run into. Women are, we gotta be careful with them. I think they're gonna be part of our future to bettering it and to becoming better. And I'm telling you that because, you know, just my wife's self-employed. The candidate that we're gonna go, you know, support yesterday, female. Lady that put it together, female. All the women that were there, just empowerment to the max. And men that hold back their women from growing, they're just incompetent and selfish individuals that can't see their wives become better. So never hold back your husband or your wife. Let them grow their wings, because a power couple is better than just one person making the income. You know?
That about wraps it up, man. I appreciate you for agreeing to this and dropping all the knowledge. And yeah, I'll go ahead and let you go and take your step out to you.
I appreciate it, my man. Take care. I appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look great, man.